I want the Yolanda survivors to get back on their feet.
We all have our struggles, whether you're rich or poor.
We wanted to write the Philippine experience of
Our
love.
biggest enemy is apathy.
My country to be an example.
I think I've always been deeply interested in people's stories.
They redefined the local commercial dance scene. gForce is known as the leading dance company in show business today, and the driving force behind the group, Georcelle Dapat, better known as Teacher Georcelle, choreographer to the stars.
I'ma stack it up and I'm spending it all. When I throw it up.
She's been enlisted by the likes of Gary V, Sarah Geronimo, Ann Curtis, and Casey Concepcion. What makes her so irresistible to the stars?
I love her, more than a teacher. She's become one of talagang the best friends I've had in the industry. She's really a true friend and one of my mentors also, actually, I can really say. She's guided me through a lot about life as a performer, as an artist, and as a woman.
Georcelle started dance classes when she was 8 years old. She became a professional dancer at 14 and a professional choreographer at 16 with the Adrenaline Dancers. In the 90s, she was a mainstay of the Sharon Cuneta Show. At 18 years old, Georcelle was choreographing and staging concerts. Her first one with Rachel Alejandro. With such confidence, attitude, and command of the dance floor, it's hard to imagine that this woman had to overcome insecurity and a case of inferiority complex back in the day. Georcelle transformed herself through dance and fashion. She's come a long way since. This week on Profiles, we sit down with Teacher Georcelle as gForce celebrates its 10th anniversary. Find out how she pushes boundaries to elevate gForce performances, her vision for the next generation of dancers and choreographers, and how motherhood has made her a better mentor.
Summer dance clapping here in the Philippines.
Georcelle, welcome to Profiles. Great to have you.
Oh, thank you for having me here. Thank you.
It's wonderful to be here in gForce. I mean, you are known as the top modern dance choreographer in the Philippines today, and you built gForce to be the leading dance company in Philippine show business. Well, how is it? I mean, what keeps you going?
I'm surrounded with, with the youth. So gForce, they're all young. So maybe that's it. And that's helping me really grow with the time. And, I combine my learnings from the past and I also learn from them.
It's a great energy dynamic you have here. You started dancing at 14 years old,
Oh,
no?
yes, really young.
Professional dancer at 14?
14 professionally, but I started dancing when I was 8. I was enrolled in a jazz class, and then after that, I stopped for a while. I used to compete also. I'm a fan of pop culture. So Madonna is there. She is kind of my, hero. And then I really adore Madonna. And when my mom noticed that, she enrolled me and entered me in a dance school. And then there I found out that there are other forms of dance. Yeah. And education for dance is important.
Your father was also a dance instructor in Cebu,
In
no?
Cebu,
So
yeah.
were you influenced by him?
Growing up, I really never get to see him dance anymore. But he always tells a story about how he gets girls by dancing, by doing his moves and playing piano. And yes, he was a dance instructor.
Yeah. So somehow, maybe unconsciously, you imbibed that, no?
Maybe.
But your mom always took you to audition. She was always looking for scholarships for you. Tell us about that time in UP where she meant to bring you to the class of, it was Tony Fabella, no? You were looking for the class of Tony Fabella.
Yeah, we were looking for Tony Fabella. So I was enrolled at Metropolitan Dance Theater at that time. I was a scholar of that company. But what my mom wanted was for me to get into a school where I can have a scholarship through dance. So when she was reading the newspapers, she saw the announcement about an audition at UP. So we went looking for Tony Fabella. And it was Miss Felicitas Redaich that entertained us. She was the one who entertained us. And she said that, there's no audition, but I want to see her. Take her to my class. I auditioned. She just, checked how I dance. Maybe what she saw that time was my determination and the eagerness to be part of her studio, her dancers. It's really an unforgettable experience for me. I was 12, 13 years old that time, and I was a scholar of Metropolitan Theater. She wrote a letter to that school asking for the school, for Metropolitan, to release me so that she can hone me.
And you trained with the best. I mean, you talked about training with people like Agnes Locsin.
Oh yeah, I am a product of the best teachers here in the country. Agnes Locsin, Nordine Humalon, Eric Edrelin, Christine Blando. Those are my teachers. They were my mentors, and of course, we call her Tita Redaj.
It's not easy becoming a great dancer. What were some of the biggest challenges you remember in becoming who you are today? The training, the kind of passion you have to put in.
Well, there's a lot because I started early, and I started. Eric Edrelin gave me a break to choreograph at an early age. I was only 16 that time, and the biggest challenge was really to get everyone's respect. No one was listening. And whenever I have an idea and I put it there on the table, no one was listening. It's so hard to really get the respect of the people, especially with dancers. And the TV dancing, where I came from, it's a dance community. We study dance, we do rigorous training to be better, but what they see on TV is nothing like far from what we do. So the respect is not really there.
Is that what inspired you to build gForce then? In 2005, that's when you established Georcelle Dancers, actually, no?
Oh, yeah.
At the time,
At
the time, all girls pa lang kayo, ano? Sa una.
Well, that time, when I was performing, I can tell the difference on yung respect sa dancers, at respect sa performers, at respect sa staff. I was able to pinpoint that. So when I had my company, I always guide them. I always guide them with, respect begets respect. I always tell them that when you step inside a studio, when you go to work, remember that you are representing gForce.
When you talk dirty to me.
Yeah, because you have many groups. I mean, here, there, you have many groups, and you always talk about that's it. It's kind of like a brand, isn't it? gForce is this name that you have to.
Yeah, it became a brand,
Yeah.
and I'm happy
Yeah,
because
it's a big brand.
people say that Teacher Georcelle has become a brand, gForce has become a brand, and I'm happy with that.
And the name, by the way, gForce, this was kind of an idea given to you by
Mr. M.
Yeah.
I'm not good at
Johnny
giving
Manahan.
names, so he was also the one who encouraged me to have my own company. So there, I built gForce.
And it had to have your name there, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what he said. It had, the name has to reflect your work.
Exactly. Now, you came up with, there are about 7 groups now.
Hombeo, let me introduce you the family, the gForce family. Here on this side, we have, of course, I call them the Asian twins. And then we have the gForce Femmes. And of course, the gForce Unique. And behind me, the Mega Minds.
What gave you the idea for that? How did that happen? From the Angels to Unique, Stallions, Poppers, Femmes, Megaminds, Demi-Force, the newest.
Yes, now the newest Demi-Force. Well,
How
I
did
think
you
that
come
was
up with
year
that?
2013 or 2012 when we had our audition. We tried to get as many scholars na kaya namin. Maybe I am now a tool for aspiring dancers and aspiring choreographers, I am a tool for them to have an exposure in this business.
Yung hindi ko makakalimutan na sinabi sa akin ni teacher, actually, tinext na yun sa akin. Take care of what you have now. Ingatan mo kung ano yung meron ka ngayon.
Kung ano meron kami ngayon, mas kailangan pa namin higitan kasi huwag kaming hihinto kung ano meron kami ngayon.
You've had scholars also.
Yes.
Because when you were young, you didn't even have enough money also to buy dance
Oh
shoes.
yes,
No?
of course. I was doing ballet barefoot. I wasn't, wearing any ballet shoes because we couldn't afford it. But now, since I have this, we have our own home, and we have all the time in the world to hone new talents. We have all the time in the world to sweat here and improve ourselves.
So this is the gForce Dance
Yes.
Academy.
But the good thing about the subgroups, kita mo yung strength of each group. It's not just hip hop.
7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8.
gForce is about being diverse in our craft. So, one dancer should know all kinds of genre. But with the groups, with the subgroups that we have designed, it's actually pinpointing and showing and showcasing it on stage, the strength of each group.
How do you make sure that everybody imbibes the spirit of excellence? What is it that you ask of them?
Well, it's really difficult now because this is the age of social media.
Yeah.
And everyone wants to be famous. Everyone wants to be seen. So imbibing the excellence, it's like an everyday process. It's an everyday process. I really have to drill it to their heads that if you become famous this quickly, don't you think it's going to be gone quickly?
Exactly.
So it's really hard because I'm working with millennials, and
True.
sometimes I want to be a millennial too. So there.
You look just like a millennial.
I want to be. I envy
But too,
them.
it's fleeting, very fleeting. But speaking of millennials, you had a summer glamping where you taught a lot of millennials. How was
Yes,
that?
a
Tell us
summer
about this
dance glamping.
dance
We
camping.
launched it this year, the summer dance glamping.
This is the very first summer dance glamping here in the Philippines.
I asked my husband, Angel, he's the one managing the company. My crazy mind is telling me that I have to do something different this year. So I said, let's have a dance glamping where we're really gonna go out and let's hire this team where they can experience team building before we perform in MOA. So I just mentioned that to him. And then that's it, I walked away. And then I said, let's make it happen.
How do you make sure you have enough time with your husband, your 3 kids?
Trying, it's really about management.
Yeah.
It's
Well, you
really
all
about
like to
management.
dance, no?
Yeah.
So yun ang bonding nyo, may konting dancing.
Yeah, cute
Movies.
naman. Yeah, movies actually. We're all addicted to movies, and Apple TV is our best friend. All of
Ah,
us,
yeah, good downtime for you.
Yes.
But through dancing, you're also able to teach your kids a lot of leadership skills, right?
Oh yeah, and I'm very proud because like my 10-year-old, he's actually collecting all those certificate of leadership.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it makes me really think. Maybe it's because of what they see.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've said, I read an article that said some of their teachers have said that they see these qualities in your children. Leadership, so much passion, probably because of the dancing.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I just don't want their surroundings forcing them or like pressuring them to be, move like us or
You don't
move
want
like,
to pressure,
no, I
yes.
just don't want that.
Yeah. You're obviously a mentor. In fact, we've seen you as a mentor in Your Face Sounds Familiar. Do you think that motherhood has kind of taught you to be a better mentor?
Yeah, a lot. And my being of a teacher and mentor outside in my work helped me also become a good mother. Well, I am a good mother. Come on, let's claim it.
Yes. You have to be confident.
No,
Yeah,
but I
think
read a lot. I read a lot. My husband is more of it's natural. But me, I still read. I need assurance.
It's
Sometimes
always
I
a
get to
learning
doubt
process.
Myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. But you even have classes where you try to bring parents together. You have Me and My Little Force.
Me and my little force.
Tell us about
yes,
that.
it's
interesting.
because we have classes here for kids.
Let me introduce to you my little force, cats.
And we have other students and believers of gForce who want to dance, but they're only 3 years old. So I said, okay, let's open something that that will be a good bonding for parent and child, or a guardian and child, or a yaya and child. So there, we opened Me and My Little Force.
Another thing you're known for too is White Shirt Love.
White Shirt Love,
How
yes.
did that come about? Very interesting story.
Yeah, well, the birth of White Shirt Love came about when I had depression.
After having a baby.
Yes, after giving birth. Yeah. But, you know, after giving birth, I really wanted to get back into shape right away. I know my body, so I designed a fitness that will work best for me. And then I said, ano tong pinagdadaanan ko? I'm sure hindi lang ako to. Madami pang moms, kanyan. I'll create a dance fitness that will involve white shirt. And I'll call it White Shirt Love. Why sensual? Because that's a good exercise, not only for your body, but for women. Well, psychologically, it will help you become really confident.
So empowerment, really.
Empowerment,
you know, it's about
really, yeah.
Yeah. And another thing, since you talked about your anniversary, this year you've also done a lot of dances and you're doing a documentary.
Oh, yes,
Tell us about that. Yeah, big project.
So 2015 is all about the 10th anniversary of gForce celebration. Quarterly is happening. So the last quarter of 2015 is the launch also of the movie for gForce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that, or secret pa yan?
We're still actually, plans are ang daming roller coaster, and I'm sure everything is happening for the good of the company, for the good of the movie.
Overwhelming po kasi parang hindi ko rin in-expect na 10 years magiging ganito katagal yung gForce. And talagang isa naman din po kaming nagiging inspiration sa mga dancers din.
You're very supportive also, of course, of the LGBTQ community. I mean, you did a dance, didn't you?
Yes.
That's something very important now. It's what was that? It was that you staged a dance at the Music Museum dedicated to the LGBT community.
It's funny in a way because, you know, and I'm proud because of all the groups here in the Philippines, LGBT community spoke to us and approached us to have a collaboration with them.
I am inviting you to download Moves, the social network app for the LGBT community. Humble.
It's nice because with the 7 subgroups of gForce, they can see that, you know, there's no barrier here. No matter how you dress, no matter how big you move, how big you dress, how flamboyant you are, whatever personality you have, you are welcome here, and your talent will be showcased.
So no labels.
No labels.
And all of that. Yeah.
I'm just happy that LGBT, approached us.
Let's go!
By the way, powwow, how did you get that idea? It's such a
Powwow.
catchy, and everybody just wants to dance to it.
How
did you get that idea?
Well, we're not recording artists. We just want to create something, a song that will be remembered, that when they hear it, they will dance and they will remember gForce. Powwow, because, you know, these are all expressions that we use when we dance. All the sound
effects.
sound that we make when we dance. Yeah, powwow. So yeah. I hope that you should hear our next ones. Wow.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I have so many interesting people you work with, and you've worked with the biggest, like Gary V, Sarah Geronimo, Martin Rivera. Do you have any favorite students, favorite performances?
Favorite? Well, I have a lot. Yeah, I have a lot of favorites. The people who, you know, the artists who have been part of our DVD instructional, they're the ones who are really closest to gForce.
Yeah.
So that's Sarah Geronimo, Ann Curtis, and Casey Concepcion.
Well, gForce, I've been dancing with them for a long time, and it's a very inspiring group because napaka-innovative nila sa brand nila.
How do you go about thinking of dance steps for them? Because everybody's different, right?
Yeah.
So how do you make sure that bagay siya sa artista?
Sa personality nila. I base it sa personality nila, how they dress, how they carry themselves, how how they also stand on stage. Because like with Sarah, she's different off cam, but on cam, she's a different person. So to pinpoint on what kind of design of the dance we put in every artist, that's essential, because from there, you will find out talaga kung ano yung strength nila at kung paano sila mag-work as performers. And I have pool of choreographers. It's not just me choreographing. In fact, now I don't choreograph anymore. I just oversee things. I mentor and I direct concerts and I take care of the company. And I have my pool of choreographers, senior choreographers, and the mega minds. So they help me. They're like my chocolates.
So you've built your generation of future Georcelles. But you need to pass this on, right?
Yes. It's really about time to pass the torch. But I want them to be themselves. I want them to grow and find out who they really are. I don't want them to be me, because they cannot be me and I cannot be them. I want them to be them. I always say follow your heart and everything will fall into place. Because when you do things and you love doing these things and it's from the heart, you're happy, you're overjoyed, you work best and you function best.
So you have done so much. I mean, the school itself is a big deal. What is next for you? What's next for gForce?
Well, this year we are going to UAE. Brilliant talents have invited us to go there and share the gift of dance. So we are bringing gForce project in UAE. I am bringing my team there. We will be teaching. I really want gForce to go global. Internationalism is key now.
Now, Georcelle, earlier you said you're always getting ideas, constantly evolving. What inspires you to keep going?
A lot of things, especially when I shop.
You love
because
to
I'm happy. I'm happy when I shop, and when I'm happy, the creative juices here, it's so active over here. It's so
endorphins.
Active. And endorphins. And whenever we go abroad, I make sure that I watch shows, I go to classes, and sometimes just by sitting and looking at whatever view is there in front of me, enjoying things. Yeah.
You really know how to savor life. And by the way, shoes. I know you love shoes. So check out the shoes. I know you really love shoes. So we'll look at your shoe collection later. Thank you so much, Georcelle. You bring so much happiness to us
Thank you
here.
so much. Thank you, CNN, for having me and for visiting us here at gForce Dance Center. Thank you.
Pleasure.